It's been nearly 1 year since an EF3 tornado ripped through the town of Lockett, leaving a path of destruction. In the first installment of our severe weather then and now reports, Jaron Spoor shows us that for some, there is still a very long way to go.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
May 4th, 2022, in the small town of Lockett.
It was a normal day. I went to work and got home, and like I said, there'd been storm warnings all day.
That day, that morning, the air, it just didn't feel right. I actually lived through the '79 tornado, and it was just the way the atmosphere and everything was just kind of the pressure, it didn't feel right.
That night when Sean returned home, he thought they were in the clear.
I was watching the weather, watching you guys.
Right now, Lockett, this tornado is just to the south of you.
At about 9 o'clock, it was confirmed that there was a tornado on the ground 9 miles south of Lockett, moving due east. So we felt like we had nothing to worry about. Then we lost the power.
So right now, this is a extremely dangerous situation at this point. So we have a large and extremely dangerous tornado on the ground.
Michael, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and confirm that as well. South of Lockett, moving east.
Okay, so you see the tornado?
I see some power flashes for sure.
I went to the west end of my house and I looked out and saw a crash of lightning, and I saw my trailer house doing this at me, and just a tremendous boom. And that was it, everything. And then it was lights out.
The whole house was shaking, and I didn't know. I don't want to go through that again. One of the things that sticks out in my mind is I was standing and holding the door, and I was holding it because it was trying to pull it out of my hand.
But for Sean, his home wasn't the only thing affected by this storm.
I've been working for Foundation C for 23 years, and when I came up, of course, by this time it's really, really dark. There's not any lights on anywhere. But when I walked into the building that's right behind where we're at, and I could see stars at that time, I knew something wasn't good. And then I found a flashlight and started looking around, and to be honest with you, I just wanted to fall on my knees.
For Paul and Sean, the tornado was just the start.
We were out of power for several days, and it just mostly is getting out and cleaning up every day.
There was probably about 3 weeks there of shell shock. You were just kind of going through the motions. You knew things had to be done, you were trying to get them done, but it took about 3, maybe 4 weeks for you finally came back to earth.
It was during this time Sean and Paul saw how incredible the people of Lockett and the surrounding communities are, because even though their worlds had been turned upside down, they had lots of help to put their lives back together.
So I just called some of my people that help, that are really good with the hospitality and serve on our hospitality team, and said, hey, we need to come out here. So we got these highline crews, got people with nothing, no power, so we need to set up so we can help feed them and do whatever we can.
That help from Morrison and others was much appreciated by those impacted by the storm.
The citizens of this county, Vernon, this county, Wilburg County, are next to none. We had so many come out and help.
Got a lot of food donated. Had kind of like a community kitchen there for days. Like I said, folks come out and brought, oh my goodness, you wouldn't believe the amount of things, water, anything, people out just picking up.
Now, almost a year later, the town of Lockett has been picked up and put back together, but there's still work to be done.
We still like a few things. The siding on our house, it's just, we can't seem to get it in. But other than that, everything's back to normal.
The shoot date for having us functioning again is this September, the end of this September. That's what we're shooting for. All our buildings still at Foundation Seed and next door at the Research Center, the main building, they're going to be completely redone, rebuilt. I've got some structures here on my place that are going to be completely tore down to the ground and completely rebuilt.
Even through all the destruction this tornado left, including nearly $15 million in damage to the seed facility and research center, Sean says he was able to take some good out of it.
We just put in last week our last bin. We have 12 new grain bins, 2,700 bushels, smooth walled upright bins. I had 8 bins at that time. And as I mentioned, those bins were probably 30, 40 years old. They needed a lot of work done to them. And if you look at something as bad as this and you try to look at the good side of it, that was a godsend.
Trying to find a little light from an otherwise dark day.
It is great to see how the community of Lockett, all those community members came together for each other. Now we're going to have more of these weather specials every Wednesday night for the month of March. They're going to be on Texomashomepage Fox at 9 and also right here on KFDX 3 News at 10. They will then re-air the next morning as well.